Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of A to Z of Consciousness. I am Anchal Bedi, a certified theta healer and an Access consciousness practitioner. And today we will be talking about L for light. And it's going to be an exciting conversation today. And if you did hear my previous conversation, that was karma, conversations on karma with Mr. Ratandeep Singh, we spoke about light, choosing from a space of lightness, choosing from a space of ease rather than the space of rightness. So that is exactly what we will be talking about today. If you haven't heard that conversation, which was actually a really wonderful one, I would like you to go back into the IGTV section of this page and have a look at that. So, this entire series of A to Z of Consciousness is just to bring more information in to people who want to know what consciousness is all about, to bust the myths of consciousness, to allow people to make beautiful choices that add value to their life, to allow people to choose from different possibilities that are available to them, to go beyond the limitations of judgment, to go beyond right and wrong, to go beyond the goods and bads. And this conversation is going to add value in a way that it will make decision making easy for you, because from this moment onwards, after this conversation, you will now learn to make decisions not only from a space of okay, what's right and what's wrong, but from a space of hey, if I choose this, will this be light for me? Light. If I choose this, will this be light for me? Will this be fun for me? Will this be joyful for me? And will this add value to my life? That is the conversation that we are going to have today. And I'm so happy to have you all. Hi, thank you for all the waves. And here we go into the conversation. And also, while I'm talking, please feel free to ask your questions. This kind of conversation will bring up a lot of questions in your mind. So, I want you to be open, okay? Speak to me freely, bring your questions in. Your questions could be a major contribution to the other listeners of this conversation. So, bring your questions in, bring your curiosities in, and let's make this a wonderful, joyful, light conversation. So, what is light all about, and why are we talking about light in the conversation of consciousness? Why did I choose to speak about it? Because up till now, we have focused so much of our energies on being the right person, on doing the right thing, of going in the right direction, finding the right solutions to our problems, always being the doing the right thing at the right time. So there is so much of energy invested in being the right person, always doing the right thing. Now that is correct because that is our conditioning. Up till now, we have only been taught to choose between right and wrong. I think it started, our conditioning was inculcated back in school when the entire concept, the entire grading system, the entire system of exams, the entire system of education was stuck between okay, this answer is right and this answer is wrong. And that's why our vision became so limited to seeing what's right and what's wrong. We could never go beyond that. We could never go beyond the areas of good and bad and right and wrong. It became a, a very strict black and white. We could never enter the space of that gray area. And that gray area, what if I tell you that gray area is now the space of possibilities, which we always overlooked because we were only trying to do the right thing and stopping ourselves from doing the wrong thing. So today we are going to enter a space, that gray area of possibilities, that gray area of oh my god, I did not know that was also available for me. Are you willing to step into that space? Into an unknown space, because we've never done that before, but now into a space of consciousness, into a space of possibilities. And I will be telling you exactly how. But let me first explain what is light. So, if you went through the stories that I posted today on my page, I posted some images of things, and I asked you, when you look at those images, do you feel light or do you feel heavy? So, I posted some obvious images, which was like a beautiful little baby smiling, or a lovely beachside location, or all of those happy things. And everybody said okay, this is yes, this I feel light when I look at those images. Now what does that mean? Light is not, it's not necessarily a feeling or an emotion or a thought. Light is just a sense. it's a perception, it's an energy to perceive. Okay, so when I look at a child smiling, it gives me this sense of ease. It brings this sense of joy. When I look at a holiday destination, when I look at the beach side, it brings the space of adventure and excitement to my life. That is exactly what the sense of light is, and I'm glad that you could sense it so beautifully. And then I posted some pictures which were obviously heavy. For example, a picture of a war zone, a picture of pollution, a picture of a couple fighting and the child crying. Now, when I say all of these things, I'm sure it brings up a sense of heaviness in you. That is exactly what heavy is. You know it now. You know the differentiation between light and heavy. And why I did this little game or this little exercise with you on the page today was because I wanted you to sense what light is and what heavy is. And now you know. If you've done that exercise, wonderful. If not, please do that exercise as soon as this conversation is over. So now you know what light and heavy is. But I did post some images that are somewhere neutral. They're not necessarily light or not necessarily heavy. Say I posted a picture of two people working out at the gym. Now, around 45% of the people chose that to be a heavy sense, and the rest chose it to be light. So you see, there is no universal light or heavy. What may be light for you may be heavy for me, and vice versa. There is not always a universal light. Okay? And why I posted that picture was because for you, if working out at the gym is heavy for you, if it gives you a sense of heaviness, no matter how right it is, no matter how correct it is, no matter what the fitness motivators and no matter what people say, if it is a heavy feeling for you, if working out and exercising at the gym is heavy for you, it may not be a great value addition to your body and to your life. That is the value of light and heavy, and this is why we have such conversations. Because in our life, we are trying to do a lot of right things, and then when things don't go right in our life and we are frustrated that, oh my god, I took my decision with so much of thought, so much of correct understanding, so much of justification around it, why did I still go wrong? What happened? Why did this not be the best decision of my life? Because you did not sense whether that decision that you're taking, is that heavy for you or is that light for you. And that is why this conversation is so vital, it is so valuable, because now you will also sense, okay, if I choose to go to the gym to work out, is that a sense of lightness for me? Does that bring some sense of excitement, wonder, joy in my life, or is it a contracting feeling? Does it make me feel burdened? And if it does make you feel burdened, then working out at the gym, no matter how much hard you work out at the gym, it will not add value to your body in a great way. So if you were one of those who chose heavy, or if you are one of those for whom for which working out is very heavy, please ask yourself this question. Okay, so what can I choose from a space of lightness that will add value to my body? Which exercise, which form of body movement can I choose from a space of lightness that will add value to my body? And when you ask this question, you may get an awareness that, okay, fine, I want to join some crazy Bollywood dance classes, I want to work out like that, or I just want to go for a run, or I want to take my dog for a walk. Those could be your awarenesses, and if that is light for you, it will add value to you way more than working out at the gym would. And that is why always asking, okay, if this is light, I'll go for it, and if this is heavy, I'm going to let that be. That's why this is so important, because whatever you choose out of a sense of lightness will always be the greatest contribution to your life. And you can use this exercise, you can use this tool of light and heavy in all decision making areas of your life. Your small decisions, your big life decisions, use it. Go beyond the space of rightness and wrongness. I also added another image in that exercise, which was a trunk load of money, and that was my most favorite image because I was really wanting to know the responses of people. I initially assumed that, oh, looking at money, everybody would just say, okay, this is light, this is light. Why would anybody not want money? Why would money not be light for someone? However, if you see that a lot of people, about 35 to 40% of the people have selected heavy, because looking at a big chunk of money could be a heavy sense for some people. Why? Because for people who find money light, what are they thinking? They are sensing, when they look at money, they're sensing abundance, they're sensing the ease of financial freedom, being able to spend on whatever it is that they want to spend. They are sensing those factors, and that's why it's light for them. And maybe they have lots of money, that's why they know that money is ease for them, so they chose light. However, if a lot of money, if the thought of a lot of money is heavy for you, if it brings that sense of contraction and burden, then probably you are sensing that, okay, I have always asked for money, but I've never had any. And that's why money could be heavy for you. And that's why money is not coming to you, rather. So, a lot of people, when they think of lots of money, they are thinking about their pending bills. They are thinking about the loans that they have taken. They are thinking about all of the bad investments they have made in the past, all of their financial failures and financial losses. And this is exactly what is giving them a sense of heaviness. So, for anyone out here, for you, if money, if the concept of money is heavy, and if you're trying to really attract money from the universe, it may or may not show up for you with ease. It may not, because you have that heaviness attached with money. So what's the solution here? What is the way out here, and how to make money not heavy for you, but how to make money ease for you? So once you have asked yourself this question, okay, is truckloads of money, is that ease for me, is that light for me, or is it heavy for me? So ask yourself this question, see what sense you get. And if you feel, okay, money is really heavy for me, then ask, what is causing this heaviness? So for all of you here, if the thought of money is heavy for you, can you please ask yourself in this moment, why? What is causing this heaviness? Money is so amazing to have, isn't it? But what is it that is causing this heaviness? Which point of view is causing this heaviness? Is it, also ask yourself, the current line of work that you are in, the source of money that you have in your life, your job, your business, or a spouse who earns for you, or your father who gives you pocket money, whatever your source of money in your life is, are you happy with that source of money? Are you happy with that job that you are doing? Is that job light for you? Is that business light for you? Is taking money from your father in the form of pocket money, is that light for you? So start asking these questions. If money, if abundance, if wealth, if looking at bundles of cash is a heavy feeling for you, start probing into yourself. Start asking yourself these questions. What's causing this heaviness? And start destroying and uncreating all of those points of view. For example, a lot of people could be mimicking heaviness of money from their elders, from their parents. Say, for example, if your parents and your elders have taught you that no, no, too much money is not good, don't have too much money because you'll become a spoilt brat, you'll never be able to be efficient in life, you'll have too many servants around you, you'll be doing your jobs, and you'll become a lazy pig. So if that is the conditioning and implanting in you, looking at too much money, it will automatically give you heaviness. And this is why, see, please understand that having lots of money is right. Isn't it right? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it cool to have lots of money? Yes, when you ask people, do you want lots of money? They'll be like, yes, totally. I want that. It's so right for me. But when they ask for money, when they're doing those affirmations, oh, I'm healthy, I'm rich, and I'm all of that, money still doesn't come to us because there is this sense of heaviness which is constantly rejecting money. And when you start asking yourself these questions, when you start understanding what's heavy and what's light for you, that's probably your first step into self-awareness. Because up till now we have always just seen, okay, this is heavy, or sorry, this is right or this is wrong, and let me do it according to that, let me take my decisions based on right and wrong. But what about the lightness and the heaviness? Nobody ever taught us to look into life matters with the sense of knowing, with the sense of deeper knowing, which light and heavy actually is. And what if we started to take all of our life decisions from a space of lightness rather than rightness? Now, let me tell you more about this. When you make decisions, When you are making decisions, please start asking yourself these questions. If I do this, will my life expand? If I do this, if I choose this, will my life expand? Will my life be more ease and joy? Will my life be light? And if I choose this, will my life contract? Will it be a burden? Will it be heavy? Will it be lack of joy, lack of fun? When you start taking decisions from here, rather than reasonings and justifications and rigid points of views and fixated opinions, then you will be making choices that add value to our life. Now think about it. There is no decision that you may have taken up till now, starting from, oh, which school do I go to? Or which stream should I choose, commerce or science or whatever? Which university should I opt for? Which line of what should be my specialization? What should I get into? All of those decisions have been made from a sense of rightness. That if I do this, this will be right for my life. But what about the sense of heaviness or lightness? And imagine if we start taking all of our decisions from that space, what else would be possible for us? All the possibilities that were never available in your space will start to show up. See, let's understand. Right and wrong is like a wall, it's like a wall system. Okay, it kind of contracts you to see only that area. But when you break down those walls and when you say, no, no, I want to sense the heaviness and the lightness here, those walls just break down. And all the possibilities that were available beyond that wall start to show up in your life. Say, for example, men, sorry, not men, boys who are born in business families at a very young, naive age, they are implanted with this belief that, okay, this is your future business, would be the business of the family. You have to take your father's line of work ahead, you have to expand his business. So please understand what he does, and the mother and the family starts to condition him to believe that this is his only right decision that he can take. And according to that implantation and that conditioning, that child will go to a school, and then to pick up that stream of education, commerce or math or whatever. Say if he has to do finances to join to join his dad's work, then he will do finances, he will get into financial specialization. All of his decisions will be based on rightness. But did he ever ask, okay, if I join my dad's work, will that be light for me? Will that add value to my life? Will that expand my life? And if your answer is yes, well and good, go ahead with that. But if your answer is no, then choose what is light for you. Stop going by these rigid justifications and this necessity of always doing the right thing according to your points of view, according to your implantation of what's right and what's wrong. Let's get out of this judgment together. And the greatness about choosing from lightness is that since there are no justifications attached there, for example, you took a decision that today I want to learn painting because that's a light sense for me. I want to learn how to paint. Then okay, you did not use any justification for it, right? You just chose it from a space of lightness. Tomorrow you can change. Tomorrow you can choose something which is even lighter or something which is different. That's why lightness is connected to consciousness. Lightness allows you to change. It doesn't get you stuck in your previous choice. It doesn't get you fixed in your previous decision that you made because there were no reasonings and justifications and rigid points of view holding there. It's just a simple choice. And what's light for you today may not be light for you tomorrow. Lightness gives you the permission to change. Lightness gives you the permission to choose something more, something different, something other than what you have chosen now. And change is not wrong. If change is light for you, if change is fun for you, go for it. Consciousness promotes the concept of change. It promotes the concept of growth, the concept of evolution, the concept of being a different person every moment, making a different choice every moment. And when you do that, that is exactly when you start tapping into possibilities. When you be so childlike, you see how when you give a child a certain toy, they show that sense of excitement They're like, oh my god, this is the best toy that you could have ever given me. And there's this sense of lightness when they see that toy, and they're so involved with that toy. And 5 minutes later, they're done. They're so done. Now they want another thing. So this is, if we could do it when we were children, and please don't see that as a wrongness. Please don't see, we classify those kids as, oh, restless children. We classify those kids as, oh, they don't have any patience, and they're never content with whatever they have. They always want something different. They're so naughty. That is just a judgment and a point of view we have thrown at children. Not knowing that this is that change, that willingness to change, and that willingness to choose greater possibilities is their capacity. It's not their wrongness, it's not their weakness, it's not something evil about them. It doesn't need to be their evil thing, their wrong thing, something that classifies them as naughty. It's just a choice to choose something more. And we did that as kids, right? We were also that crazy, choosing different things every now and then. Why have we stopped being that childlike? Why have we stopped choosing from the possibilities that are available to us? Because we want to be the right person. If we made a point of view rigid and right, that this is what I believe in, then I will always stick to it. It's something like that. We have made our points of view so rigid that once I chose that, so I will always choose that. And if I unchoose that and choose something else, that will be so unstable of me, and that will be so ridiculous of me, and that will just allow people to think that I'm not stable and settled in my thoughts. And because of that stability, we end up giving up the idea of choice, the idea of change. So if you want to be right, if you want to be so right, right will keep you stuck. And if you choose to stay stuck, that's also your choice. If being stuck if being in your specific zone works for you, if that's light for you, then go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. But if you want to explore more, if you want to tap into different possibilities at all times, then choose from a space of lightness. What you choose from lightness will always contribute to you way more than what you choose from rightness. Okay, and I hope this conversation will change your perspective, it will change your thought process, it will change the way you live life. Because we're always, life, what is life? Life is about making decisions, begin small, starting with what do I want to eat for breakfast today? That's a choice. And instead of eating the right thing because your dietitian told you, or you read in an article yesterday that you must have a gluten free breakfast, please ask yourself, if I choose to do that, is that right for me, or is that light for me? So a lot of us are just doing the right thing and ignoring what's light. Instead ask, okay, so if I choose to eat something else, maybe a paratha, would that be light for me? Would that be joy for me? Would that be a value addition to my body? And if you get this sudden awareness, yes, then go for it. And also, when you start choosing lightness in your life, when you start making decisions from light and heavy, sometimes you may not get immediate answers, because this is a space of perception that you have never experimented working with before. This is an area of that gray space between the rigid blacks and whites that you have never tapped into before. This is a muscle that you'll have to exercise. And once you start exercising, you'll be like, oh my god, why did I never choose to do this before? Why did I not have this kind of information before? Because then more and more things will show up for you, things that actually work for you. All of the decisions that you take, they will add so much of ease, joy, lightness, value, contribution in your life, that you'd never want to be stuck with the rightness of your opinion. You'd want to go beyond the rightness and choose lightness. So like I said, starting from the smaller decisions, we are constantly decision making. What do I eat for breakfast today? Starting from that to the bigger decisions. Okay, should I really go for this business deal? Is that the right move? Instead of that, will that be light for me? Will that be light? If I choose that, will that be light for me in the next 5 years? Will my life expand in the next 5 years? Ask questions from a space of a deeper knowing. Don't ask questions from a space of limitations of right and wrong. And if you have any questions about the concept of light and heavy, please send in your messages. I would love to give you more clarity. And this entire concept of light and heavy has gotten me into a space of so much ease because I have stopped justifying my decisions to people. A lot of us are proving, justifying, giving explanations to people about what we choose and why we chose what we're choosing. There is so much of proving energy. We are proving people what we're doing in life, why we're doing those things in life. What if all of that was just some added drama that is not required? What if all of that was just a lie that, okay, I must do the right thing so I can justify it? What if you can just choose from a sense of lightness and have no reason to justify it? Choose what you like, choose what is light, and just say, okay, I'm choosing this because it works for me. I'm choosing this because it's fun for me. And when you do that, you see how your life will unfold into a series of light, joyful decisions, and how every moment of your life will be more contributing to you. So I want you to experiment with this lovely tool of light. See what's light for you, choose what's light for you, reject what's heavy for you. Use this tool in decision making and see how life turns into a completely different shift altogether. So if you have any questions, I'm going to be here for a couple of more minutes and I'll help you choose and see between what's light and heavy. And if you have anything to bring up over here, I would love to know. And I will anyway see you next week with another wonderful conversation on A to Z of Consciousness. Thank you to all of you for being such amazing listeners. And I've been getting such beautiful messages and DMs from all of you. And they've just been giving out their gratitude that thank you for bringing up this conversation. Thank you for talking about things that people don't really talk about. So thank you for being that sense of allowance for me to speak about all of this. Okay, someone says please save this. I will be saving this definitely. And someone asks me, is it wrong to be right? It's never wrong to be right. Right and wrong is a judgment. However, if being right at all times, there are conversations that happen, debates that happen around dinner tables, on parties, on business desks. If you want to make, if being right at all times and being fixated with your opinion gives you a sense of lightness, then choose that. If being fixated with your opinions and being a person of your word, that मैंने बोल दिया तो अब ऐसे ही रहेगा and I will never choose to change. If that is light for you and if that works for you, then be right. Being right is not wrong. Nothing is universally light or heavy. Nothing is universally right or wrong either. If being right, for the longest time, I was trying to be right. Okay, and I was in one of my Access Consciousness classes when my facilitator said, Anchal, why are you trying to always prove your point? Why do you not want to see another way of looking at things? Why don't you want to shift your perception? And I was just dumbfounded because I got my answer. That I'm just trying to, there is an identity that I have created of me, that I'm always doing the right thing. I want to maintain that identity. And if I start changing, what will my identity be anymore? So there are a lot of reasons why people want to always stay right and never do anything which is light, never change from their fixated opinions. So if being right is working for you, and if it's joyful for you, continue to do that. For me, being right at all times stopped being fun, stopped being joyful. And that's when I started to change in every moment. I change, I make different decisions every now and then. I choose to be different, I choose to be more. And I allow myself to be a different identity because I'm not fixated with rightness anymore. And if that excites you, choose lightness over rightness. Now someone asks how to make people understand about your light choices. Awesome. That's a brilliant question. Like I said, you are not supposed to justify. Rightness, if you're choosing out of rightness, then you'll have to justify. And if you made a light choice, like I said, what is light for you may not be light for the other one. You don't have to justify. Choosing from a space of lightness reduces that burden. You have to give up explaining your choices to people. That is consciousness. You need to allow people to judge you for your choices. Can you do that? Can you really do that? You have to be willing to receive judgment for the choices that you make. How many choices in your life are you making just so that people don't judge you? I want to ask you that question. How many choices in your life are you making just so that people don't judge you wrongly? And they're like, okay, she did the right thing, good for her, good for her. We are doing decision making, we are creating our life based on people's judgments, resisting their judgments because we are so scared to be judged. When you start choosing for lightness, from the space of lightness, people will judge you. People will judge you, but you will also be in a different space altogether. Their judgment will not bother you anymore. Their judgment will not hurt you anymore. You will just know that, okay, I chose this because it works for me, it's light for me. And that's all the explanation that you have to give. I'm choosing this because it's light for me. Okay, it may not be light for you, it's heavy for you, but you and I are different people. Let's allow ourselves to be different. We don't have to always be on the same page. Two people don't have to necessarily agree on everything. Even a married couple don't have to necessarily agree on everything. A set of twins are not born with the same kind of points of view. They grow apart. Nobody has to constantly be on the same wavelength as each other. So give up the job, quit the job of justifying and explaining your choices, and start receiving judgment. When the more judgments you are willing to receive, the more possibilities will show up in your life, because now everything is available for you to choose from. That's my question that I ask when I begin my day, and many times in the day. How many judgments can I receive today? Which all judgments can I receive today? And all of the people who I don't want me to judge, I want to receive judgments from them. Because when I say that, when I ask for that, when I demand that judgment, possibilities show up in my life. Different things show up in my life. All of my desires that I wanted to actualize, that weren't getting actualized for a long time, start to show up, start to manifest themselves. Receiving judgments is a beautiful space. Right and wrong is a judgment. When you start receiving judgment, you go beyond right and wrong. And that's the entire concept. The entire definition of consciousness is consciousness includes everything, but has no space for judgment. And right and wrong is judgment. So if you truly want to live a conscious life, don't necessarily choose from a space of rightness and wrongness. Choose from a space of light. Is it light for me? Okay, I'll go ahead with it. Is it heavy for me? Okay, I'll let that be. Okay, so please do this exercise as much as you can, and I'm so glad that we could have this wonderful conversation. Thank you for the amazing questions, and I will be posting this video on the IGTV section, so you can join, you can share it with others, allow them to know that there is a possibility of looking at life beyond the rights and the wrongs, and enjoy a more conscious life. I will catch you again next week. Thank you so much. Bye.